even their win against Complexity wasn't good. We expect more of them, and I expect more of them here.
But of course, Ghost Gaming are not going to want to let that one happen, and they've been in some fine form as well. Let's see as we go into this first half point. Straight in the ventilation room, Scraps and Zero will open it up.
Yeah, Scraps managing to get a kill there, and Zero gets a second as well. But thank you to our observer, Fike. He's been great all weekend long as we get into this one. Make sure you're good again, though, because Fike, I will get back there and I will kill you if you are not.
Alright, well you can see right now it will be Red Reserve all in control. Joe trying to put some more kills onto the map here. But of course, we talk about this middle half point on most maps for it, and a lot of the times it's a lot more contested than this is.
It can be contested, but the thing is, if teams slay out on this one and really get yourself set up for the second hard point as well, you can get a lot of points off of Red Reserve showing that right this second. Picking up at least 35 so far, but the rotation does belong to Ghost Gaming. They get a couple of kills, and they will get the scrap time as well. Ghost getting back into this game after a hot start by Red Reserve.
Well, right now it looks like Red Reserve are trying to stack up, trying to get these few kills, clean out ventilation room. They do exactly that. Now, here we go. Ghost Gaming have to reinforce, because here comes all four of Red Reserve. They're in a big stack. This will be contested for just a few seconds. Which team will blink first?
Blazefield was at the back there, just trying to watch the cross. He is going to get rated there this time, but Red Reserve have already broke through. Ghost Gaming will have to fight back. This is a good start by Red. This is more what we're used to seeing from them. Intense hard points, slaying ability, the rotation ability, smart play as well. Scraps though, had a poor day yesterday, he'll say it to himself. Seems to be heating up here a little bit. Somebody who didn't have too bad of a series when we seen him play against Complexity was Joe. A really good performance out of him after a poor performance against E United. Red Reserve will want to right the wrongs of yesterday, and they are doing so right now. They've got a good lead on Ghost Gaming already, and we're only 2 hard points in.
Well, now you can see, here comes the next set of rotations. Parasite will be leading it forward. Blazefield is with him, but they are going to go down. Scraps almost gets the second, and Prefire coming in. He knows Zero's going to trade that one out as well. Woo! They can't get near it. They lose the next rotation. Ghost Gaming not having a good start. Can they do anything and make it come back?
I think Red Reserve are just gunning them right now. Ghost Gaming had that rotation, and they just break it so easily. Red Reserve looking really hot right now. They are firing their guns in very straight lines, and Ghost Gaming are feeling the brunt of that one. Parasite gonna get the kill on the Joe with that grenade. Sorry, it was Panda, but Scraps does take down Parasite mid-map, challenging that with a pistol. Questionable Maddie, but Zero's there to potentially clean this up. But look at this score. Red Reserve are about to be 100 points in the lead, and we haven't even made it to office.
One criticism leveled against Joe is his inability to drop big numbers in hard points and respawns. But it's the second time I've actually seen him do it in 2 days. He is leading the scoring here, 12-6.
Zero just walks in and gets that kill so easily on the lace field. Ghost Gaming can't let this happen. Zero is toying with his GodRx, eventually shuts him down. But look at that lead from Red Reserve. This is pasting so far.
It is, but they don't have the rotation for the first time. Now, Red Reserve, can they stack and break this once again? Looking for it. Unfortunately, with 2 members going down, that's actually going to cause them about a 10-second delay. They have to get all the way across the map, check the corners, get into position, and then start going all the way through. Ready to go down again. Red Reserve are not going to be able to hit this as a 4, especially now they're losing all of the trades. This could be a great hold for Ghost Gaming, exactly what they need to get back into this.
And the important thing is here, Ghost Gaming could potentially start getting some streaks. Red Reserve are really struggling to get the kills in and around the mid-map, and Ghost Gaming crawling back into this game, albeit quite slowly. There we go. Joe's going to be able to make a kill on the lace field. They're going to potentially set up a pinch here, but it's going to be Parasite causing problems in and around the alley. But here we go. This should be a break for Red Reserve, but there's only 20 seconds left to play for. Rated does take down GodRx, and damage limitation here for Red Reserve. What they managed to do there is stop any streaks from Ghost Gaming coming in. If they manage to get some streaks together, then things get a little bit more scary, but still, about a 100-point lead by the time we do get over to one. Smokestacks, Joe's there, gets taken down by Panda, but Zero is there to try and get a hold of it for Red Reserve.
Looking for it as well. Zero will go down, and now Ghost Gaming get another rotation. Can they get another big hold to try to keep Red Reserve at bay? 100 points will be the difference. And we've seen a big, more than 100-point comeback so far this weekend. Already, Rapana going to take down one. Teammate is going to go down as well. He's looking for that second kill, not able to get it. Zero's on fine form. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to be enough.
It's probably not going to be enough to get a hold of Smokestacks here, but all things considered, I think if you're Red Reserve, although there is still 30 seconds of Smokestacks left to play for, if you told them they had this sole lead going into Smokestacks, they would have taken it at the beginning of the game. A good start from them nonetheless. Either way, Ghost Gaming's resurgence does still continue. They're picking up plenty of points here. Can they pick up some more? Scrapsy though finding 2, and he's going to break into the hill with 15 seconds to go. And after the first rotation, it is going to be 173 to 82 from Red Reserve. Looking solid from them. 0 now trying to win that gunfight around the right-hand side. Not going to happen, but they are going to get the final few points here on Smokestacks. The scrap belongs to them, but we go into the second rotation. A hefty lead for Red Reserve.
Well, let's see if Ghost Gaming have got it in them here. You know what? I've been very impressed with GodRx so far this weekend.
Yeah.
Parasite's looking to redeem himself as well, but Ray is not having anywhere. Picks up 1, picks up 2. Pre-fire looking for the 3rd. That player wisely gets out of there and says, yeah, okay, you can have this. That's okay.
I'm just trying to work it out. Ghost Gaming are actually outslaying them and getting beat by
That wouldn't be unsurprising.
I mean, it was
by
about a kill, to be honest with you, fair enough. But Red Reserve, those first 3 hardpoint kills were phenomenal from them. From Office and Smokestacks, they slowed down, but only allowing Ghost Gaming 16 points from those first 3 hills. Phenomenal from Red. They're holding it down here as well. They're about to break 200. Scraps forces his way in against Lacefield. GodRx trying to shoot around walls, not going to happen.
Scraps wise, he stays put. He knows his teammate has the cross, and 0 will get 2 kills there as well. As now they go for the push out, trying to get out of this one. It's going to be Lacefield to take all of that scrap time if he can, and he will. Unfortunately, though, 8 seconds is not worth a rotation, and it will be Red Reserve setting up, looking now for that 100-point club.
And they can't do it yet, Brycey. They may well do it the way we've seen them lock down Operations Bunker last time round. The kills are coming in their favor as well. They're only going to be about 30 away. Ghost Gaming need to make a big break, and they need to do it quickly. They do not want to lose its second hill, second rotation. This has been dominant from Red Reserve.
Looking for it again, and look at that snap from Scraps. Trying to get another kill, does get it as well. Parasite goes down, and Lacefield tries to get through, tries to get across into a position, but Radiant's pushing out, and Scraps is going to get another kill into the hill here. They are completely shutting them out. 12 more seconds, and you can welcome Ghost Gaming to the 100-point club.
It's going to be an opportunity for Parasite to break here, but Scraps has not slowed down. Raid is the only one to go down. Red Reserve come out with a statement in map number 1. 250 to 93, and a fantastic performance from the EU side.
And look at that, you can see it on Ghost Gaming's face. They are not pleased with their performance. Hardpoint has been an issue all week long with this team. They've had comebacks come against them, but they've just got thrashed.
Yeah, Red Reserve looking solid there. And that is more like it from Red Reserve. Those are the performances we expect to come out from them. Dominant performances in the hardpoint like that against teams they should be doing against. We've seen it against Complexity. It was a pretty close game. They got smoked by E United in the hardpoints. They need to step up their level. They definitely seem a bit more in the races today based off that map.
Do you know what my issue is with this game? Is normally coming into this matchup, you'd be saying it's Red Reserve. Like, it's different tiers. There shouldn't even be a close game between them. Unfortunately, what's happened over the last 3 days is taken all of that and just thrown it into the bin. So now it could be anything.
It could be. That's the thing. Red Reserve yesterday, their performance wasn't great, but we've already seen the teams that have went out. They have managed to survive, which is the main thing for them. There's another day. It's another day to try and play COD. They didn't have a good day yesterday, but the thing is for them, they've made it through. And one of the things I really wanted to talk about, crucially for me, their Kryptonite Rise Nation are no longer in this tournament. They are a big, big team that are very, very hard to beat, especially for Red. They just haven't seemed to have got their number at all. And Rise seem to be the better team in that matchup. However, I do believe Red can do damage to any other team on this stage. However, United looking very solid. We've seen that yesterday with a 3-0 win against Red Reserve. That'll be a difficult one, but right now Red Reserve for me are one of my favorites to come out of the losers bracket.
Yeah, I think so. And it's kind of that story about Red Reserve having those loser bracket runs here. They've had the preparation, but Champs is not where you want to do it. Every single game here, it just feels somehow more. Like there's a completely different atmosphere when you walk into Champs. The spectacle, the big stadium, the crowd, the pressure of all year. You've got to remember that everybody judges your Champ performance as pretty much the entire year. That's what everybody remembers every single time, and it's what the players agonize over.
And the thing is, for Red Reserve, nobody's going to remember all those second places. They won't.
No.
Yes, okay. I mean, I'll remember them as a European and as a big Red Reserve fan. I'll say to myself, you know what? They really did perform this year. They were trumped by a Rise Nation team that they just didn't match up well against and just couldn't get the maps that they wanted against. Just couldn't get a bit of luck against them as well. Really, yeah, props to Rise for that. They were being fantastic all year and they've beaten everybody. But Red Reserve have been that team for me that they're one of the teams that deserves to win a championship, but they haven't won it just yet. They've been prevalent all year long, and right now they're very prevalent in this series. 250 to 93 was the score in the first map. We will be seeing Saint Marie Dumont search and destroy next.
We certainly will, and going back to what I was saying earlier, I think you have to favour Red in this They have had an agonizing defeat. E United smashed them on the main stage here, but they have regained. They're looking to come back into this one. They should be the better team all the way through. You would normally say 3-1 to Red Reserve, but Ghost Gaming have proven themselves, and of course it's a wacky champs.
I want to see what Red Reserve do on Capture the Flag as well when we get there. Notoriously haven't had a very good time so far. It's not been great for them. The Search and Destroy, though, I do feel as if the Search and Destroy game is pretty decent, so if they can get this win under their belt as well, they'll want to close it 3. I want to see how good their CTF has been, because they've only won 1 the whole week.
Well, let's see whether or not that will play out, but first, of course, we do have to get there. St. Marie Dumont stands in the way. Let's see exactly how these two teams choose to play this one. Wonder if they've got any strategies, any tactics that they are going to play out and bring to the fore here.
Well, let's see. We're going to go with 0 straight from that. I'm intrigued to see if Scraps is going to be sniping, actually. Nope, not bringing it out straight away. So it seems like an air hit out the books here for Red Reserve. Smoke's going down as well. They get there very quickly. The smokes are perfect. Scraps already in a fantastic position. And air, well and truly, belongs to Red Reserve here. Look at that setup. I love that. The smokes come out.
So far out as well. They're so far pushed out. This is such a loose hole. They're going to have to leave somebody there. It'll probably be 0. You can't then get full control of them. But right now, Ghost Gaming probably have no idea. They have a very hard break. Raid's already picked off 1. They have to worry about Raided now being in Grannies. It's going to be a slow push for them regardless. But they're outnumbered. They're outpositioned. They don't have the time. I don't think this is possible.
Yeah, and this is just a fantastic setup from Reserve. Panda's going to get a kill on a Joe, but Raided's watching behind. Scraps gets another. Panda gets 1 more, and that's going to be second, but 0 shuts him down, and that was like watching a SWAT team break into a building the way Red Reserve got themselves to where the smokes go down, they get the cover down, the bombs down, and we are all watching the right angles.
Yeah, big props to Panda trying to do the work there, but like I said, when you have
so difficult.
half of a map control around your bomb site as well, and you don't really have the time to do an awful lot about it. As soon as Raided made that first kill, you could see they were indecisive. Like, do we push this way? We now have to worry about him hitting our flanks. We don't have any vision of anywhere around A at all. And Red Reserve, with actually quite a risky strategy, pushed out that far.
Well, they're getting all that control. And as you said, it is a bit risky, but it just gives you, as I said, so much map control. You know exactly where everybody is because you've got so much of the map that belongs to you. But look at this from Red Reserve as well. The pinch has already been set up. Ghost Gaming going to be strangled inside of B if they're not careful, but the bomb does go down. Scrap straight from behind, puts some bullets in. That might just be enough for Joe to break through. It is. Parasite finds a kill, and Scrap searching for somebody behind, but it's not going to matter to Joe. He's going to keep plugging away. Raided finds another. Scrap finds 1 as well. Who's that on the floor? Joe runs into him. It's actually going to be Lacefield. Surely he goes down in a second and does so. 0 takes him down. And again, that break from Red Reserve, a lot more like it. If we can get a smile on that man's face, this team will stop right.
My goodness, neither team knew where anybody was. Like a knife fight in the mist. You're just kind of wildly stabbing out and hoping you get somebody. But no, you know what? You can actually tell the truth. Scraps does look a little bit kind of happier than we saw him in maybe just a few hours ago. And that's a good thing here because Zero was talking about this. He said, you know, don't get me wrong, I love his playing and stuff he goes, but we feel the same way about so many stuff. His vibes are so good. He's so gassed up. First thing when he wakes up in the morning. And if he's good in mood while you're playing, even more better.
0 just about gets the pick on the God RX there. It's been a favorable spot for a lot of snipers so far in St. Marie, and he does manage to take him down. Parasite there. Also goes down, so Red Reserve are dominant so far in this Search and Destroy. 4v2 in their favor.
Joe just looking, just hunting. They're just still playing it. They don't want to give anything away at this point. One issue they are going to have is they don't actually have the flank covered. And Lakefield is going to take that down, brings it back to a 2 versus 3. Panda looking to try to get this one as well. That was so close, he almost had it. And he is going to bring it. They brought it back to a 2 versus 2. Players have evaporated now. Panda looking for it. Lakefield backing him up. And Red Reserve were in a fantastic position.
Joe is on the flank from Panda here as well. They should be able to win this one. Raided puts enough bullets in. Joe should be able to clean it up, but Panda, weak, still takes Joe down. Now we're Raided left in a 1 versus 2 with 30 seconds to go. I like this play. But it's going to be very, very difficult. 2 versus 1.
Yeah, confidence play coming out from him there. I mean, he is stomping around a little bit. They haven't seen him or heard him. They don't know. They don't know he's dipped. I mean, to be fair, like that is just a quick maneuver. And they're like, where on earth has he gone? Now they figured it out. They've gone at A. Raided. Unfortunately, he has to get out of it. He does have a smoke. So that smoke's going to allow him to leave this bomb site and get to a slightly better position.
I love what he's doing as well. Panda's not going to expect this one. That's right, it's gone in your face. Panda takes him down, but it's going to be Lacefield managing to pick this one up. And that's a round that Red Reserve, albeit Rated did very well to get in that position. They should have won it. They were in a position where they were in a 4 versus 2 and they just lost kills far too easily. Nobody watching Lacefield on the flank. As soon as he gets that kill onto the bomb, it's panic stations. Rated shakes his head and says, well, yeah, we probably should have won that round. And they were cruising as well there, Red Reserve.
Yeah, they certainly were. And now Red Reserve have lost a round, and it's a round that is going to haunt them unless they can see this entire map out. It's not the worst case scenario for them. They're still up by 1 map, but it could be worse.
Could be. Let's see though, Parasite may be able to do something what Zero did there in that last round. Not able to hit the spot, but he's going to cause problems from this position as well. Looking for the pick on a Zero. Is Zero waiting on him? Not quite. As he looks towards the car. On Ghost side of the street. Parasite looking for the pick. Has to be careful. Him and Zero ring around the roses.
It's an elbow. It's not an elbow. It's a full Zero. And he goes down.
Parasite finds him eventually. Zero just left wanting a little bit. Joe there now. Oh, he's going to get caught with his pants down as well. Ghost Gaming with a resurgence here in the Search and Destroy and in the series. Lacefield is going to go down to scrap. Snaps onto him nicely, but GodRx finds Rated, and now one half of the Marshall twins is left in a 1 versus 3.
Unfortunately, it's not an easy thing to achieve a 1 versus 3 in professional Call of Duty. Outnumbered, outgunned, and the worst thing is you can just be out-traded. You can get that first gunfight. They should be playing close enough they can't do anything. And look at this. Yeah. That is going to be so hard for him to break, especially since Parasite just whips him out of there with the snipe. 2-2.
Really good stuff from Chris. Yeah, Parasite finds 2 in that round at least, I think. Scraps walking into his crosshairs and goes down very quickly. Parasite with the round in kill cam. 2 rounds off the bounce. The Ghost Gaming now. Catch back up. It's 2-2.
All right, let's see. Red Reserve not so dominant anymore. Ghost Gaming coming back. Send those blows. Decided they're not unanswered, as it will be Red Reserve on the attack once again. Zero will be carrying that bomb. It looks like they should be going straight in for B control. Smoke's come down though. And all of a sudden they've stalled. It looks like somebody's already gone in. Scraps has already got in. He's looking for players. He knows there's going to be grenades up top. Looking for GodRx. Well, it's gone everywhere. Does finally get it down as well, but he is going to be traded out. Scraps and Zero both going down. And all of a sudden Red Reserve have gone, well, that controller slipped away.
Yep, well and truly has. And Joe Rated on that answer back. Joe now pushing up top. Does he know once to his right-hand side? He has to be careful, and he's going to have to dip from that gunfight. But Raiders there to try and pick it up. A really good bait and switch there. Is Joe going to be able to find it? Not quite, but the bomb is down inside of B, which is the difficulty here for Red Reserve. Ghost can just lock that site down themselves, and they're going to have to try and retake 2v3.
They're now hunting. They're desperately hunting. They're trying to duo up. Rated is looking for this player. He knows must have escaped.
Oh, Panda probably heard him here.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get taken down.
Panda sitting back there, and it's always going to be difficult as Lacefield finds Joe and Ghost Gaming find 3 rounds in a row.
Good patience from Ghost Gaming, actually. Just to hold off, to dip out, just to make sure they keep that number advantage. Don't take those gunfights. Don't ego challenge. You have the bomb. You have the bomb side. You have the numbers. You should have the round.
And the thing is there, Panda gets isolated. So Red Reserve, that's why they invested so much in to try and get rid of him. Because if they do that, then it's a 2 versus 2. You know they'll be in and around the bomb site, and you've got 3 different angles to hit it from you. It's like, what, it's a third of a chance of getting away with it. So Red Reserve in that instance, unfortunate not to find Panda, as it would have mean that things could have went a little bit easier. But look in the bottom right corner of your screen, Parasite really working on some streaks. Picked up two rounds ago. Finds 2 with a grenade in the previous round. So good stuff from the former world champion. Really hasn't been at that level since that time, and is this year his time again.
Well, Red Reserve playing it very passive here, and Ghost Gaming pretty much matching it. Somebody is going to be making a call at some point, and it looks like maybe Parasite maybe trying to play for a pick with the sniper. No good. Rated is dialed in. Does Parasite wait here for his health to regen and go again? That's exactly what he's going to be doing. Here we go. Nade out first, maybe to disrupt him. Trying to figure it out. Now.
Stun goes in, so Rated is going to have to lock this down if he can. It's just picture perfect from Red Reserve. Panda finds himself now in a 1 versus 3, was a 1 versus 4.
Ghost Gaming stacked. They were ready. They had the strategy and the tactics. And Joe came through with a nade and a shot and said, no, that's not good enough. You're not getting in here.
Panda now in a difficult scenario, 20 seconds to go. And importantly for Red Reserve, they will go on to win this round, no doubt. Shutting down Parasite and shutting down Ghost Gaming run here is very important. If Parasite gets this round in for his team and survives it, then you're talking streaks. You're talking a big, big problem. 4-2 down and the enemy team got streaks. Not looking good for the map, but they're going to tie it up 3-3 as Parasite and the rest of his team do fall. Red Reserve get the round back.
Still tied up, 3-3. Bit tense here, considering we saw red domination to begin with. Ghost Gaming have decided we're not going out like that. Our chance is not ending.
And I feel sorry for Ghost Gaming because, you know, they go up against a team like NP in the winners bracket and they drop them the losers and they have to play red. It's so bad for some of these teams, you know, like if you're losing the winners bracket, there are no easy games at champs.
Hey,
none at all.
Sometimes there's sharks in that fish pond.
There is indeed. One of those sharks being Red Reserve looking for the final blow into Ghost Gaming potentially here. They've managed to hit once with the hard point. Now 3 versus 3 in the Search and Destroy, and it is 3-3 in rounds.
So, interestingly enough, this is pretty much a mirror setup of their first round. But, because they don't have the numbers to accurately control it as well as they would with this far out, it looks like they're not going for the plant right now.
It looks like they might be considering a Raptor B, but GodRx could be playing spoiler here. He's not in a position they would expect.
I think they're just playing hook. They're baiting a trap. Every single one of them is just watching an angle, seeing if they can get another kill before they commit. Problem being is that when you play this kind of risky strategy, if you don't find that pick, you can end up running out of time on the offense as well as the defense. And now Zero's in trouble. They're desperate trying to get him, not quite able to. Zero does it and gets out as well. Bomb will go down. Still a 3 versus 3. Raiden makes it 3 versus 2. GodRx trying to find a play here, trying to bring it back. Lacewell gets stuck mid-map, does dive out of it as well. Ghost Gaming don't have any control right now, and they need a big gunfight to bring it back.
Yeah, GodRx should surely get cleaned up in a second. Joe is there, but he does take Zero down, and he knows Joe's going to be hunting for him. This is a big gunfight that Joe wins. And now it's a 1 versus 2 for Lacefield. Shots into Joe.
Just stay alive. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Joe's just running for his life. Dive! Keep diving!
Oh my God. The Ginger Ninja. He manages to get away and find the kill. What a play from Joe.
You've got to love that. Just completely diving out of the way, refusing to engage. Waiting, just diving for his teammates. He goes, you know what, if you guys aren't going to help me, I'll do it myself.
But the thing is, in that situation, that you just got to stay alive. We don't see a lot of players play their life too much. You know, when it's a 2 versus 1 in that situation, there's 15 seconds left to go. What? He has to kill you and defuse the bomb?
Yeah.
Bloody, just run away. He does the right thing, turns and burns.
He had teammates as well. I mean,
and
that was never happening.
Big thing that with Lacefield doesn't get that kill, Joe's in a 5 streak right now.
Well, Zero going into a very familiar position that was in here before. Sorry, Parasite going into that position that Zero does. And Zero actually knows exactly where he's going. I was confused there for a sec. Since Zero do that every single time.
Oh,
Scraps gets
okay.
2. Looks like Red Reserve are swinging well, but now Scraps may actually get picked up. I think he got Saw there. Parasite
may know where he is.
Just looking, just patient. Can he see Joe? I can see him. Oh, it's not going to be it. A little bit of timing, and down he goes to Scraps as well. And now it's all on Panda. 1 versus 4. You've got to plant 45 seconds. You need a dream.
Unfortunate for Parasite there, just spotting the scout backpack of Scraps sitting inside of a... You could buy one of them at Astro.com.
Oh wow, good plug.
Look at that. I've been thinking about it for the past 10 seconds. 4 versus 1 Panda now.
Well, Panda trying to see if he can go around. Trying to get that, and does get raided as well. 19 seconds left to go. Does he just make the hero play and go straight for the plant here? I mean, this is ambitious. He is going to go for it. He has to get it down and get out.
It's definitely the play. If you're going to find any bomb site that's easy enough to defend on your own, I mean, yeah,
it's not easy to defend on your own at all. It's horrific.
I mean, it's close quarters. Maybe pick a corner and see what happens. But
nothing about that bomb site is easy to defend on your own. I can see you trying to pretend that it was.
I said it and I thought, no, it's really not, is it? Anyway, there's the round to Red Reserve. 2 in a row.
The only way I've ever seen someone like really easily defend that bomb site on their own is they plant
and get out.
Not even that. Like, you have to plant for a very specific part of the bomb and just get out there and have a long sideline. You basically have to go back to spawn. You have to plant spawn side, go back to spawn, and hope that works.
Yeah, well, he didn't have the opportunity there, and Red Reserve now find themselves 5-3 up. Joe not far off those streaks. Slither away, but it might not matter. Red Reserve going with the 8 push again. You'd imagine Ghost Gaming a little bit more aware this time, and the shots do go into Joe. If that grenade connects, yep, it will kill him.
So one thing I want to point out that I think is very interesting here, actually, is exactly how Red Reserve are planting this. And you've probably noticed, because Zero did it last time, they're planting on that right-hand side by the barrel. And the reason they're doing this is they don't want that bomb to stretch around the corner, because they're pushing that way and having 3 or 4 players go that way as well. So they know if they have control that side and you can't stretch it back, it's all good for them. So they've done it again. Zero's planting in the exact same position.
Gets away as well, crucially. Now the thing is here, Rated has slipped the net through the 2 players that are flanking. So I don't think GodRx is going to have any idea where he is. So it's up to Zero and Scraps to defend until he gets into a good position, which he's found himself in now. And now this is going to be so difficult for Ghost to get themselves back into this S&D.
But he knows, he's in it. He knows he can't stretch it. Scraps goes look for one here. Big gunfight if he can get it, because they are dominant this side. Panda is tagged up, and Scraps is going to be able to get it. Does get traded out. Now a 1 versus 2. Lacefield and Parasite. Parasite's going to go for it as well, and that means he has to come out. Lacefield's going to be covering, and Lacefield will cover him. Red Reserve will lose this round. They were not able to hold on.
Yeah, I think Scraps just takes a little bit too long to get rid of Panda there, and Parasite has time to come around and help his teammate. And I said I felt that Red Reserve are going to be able to defend this and take the map win, but Ghost break back. And they're only 1 round away now.
Kind of want to just quickly go through some of the Red Reserve players. I haven't seen anybody with streaks, but we haven't actually looked at all of them.
Joe was very close. He was 10 points off and gets taken down, plant that bomb. If he plants that bomb, nearly fully streaked out.
Yeah, that's where it was then.
I mean, would have at least had his artillery and glide bomb there, but fortunately for Red, he goes down, kills traded out in the mid-map. Parasite taking down Scraps after he finds Lacefield. 3 versus 3 in round 10.
GodRx knows there's a fight going on. And just keep an eye, because Parasite is pretty much guaranteed to get a kill here. Has got one, he's going to be traded out there. Back to a 2 versus 2. GodRx looking to try and see if he can get a kill in. Bring it back, but this is all tied up.
Did he see Zero there?
I don't think he did, and this is the issue, right, is that neither team has the information. They do now. GodRx has just called Zero going through. He doesn't know about Joe, though.
He doesn't know about Joe, but do Red Reserve know that he doesn't know about Joe? That's the question.
They do now.
They know 2 are there. Panda finds Joe. Round 11 seems like where we're going. Zero has something to say about that. Puts the shots into Panda as well. Challenges as well, and Panda takes him down. Round 11 we go. Ghost Gaming back into this game.
Story of the game. Red take a lead. Panda swing back. Red take a lead. Panda swing back.
It's crucial Panda hits his shots there, because I don't really know why Zero's challenging that, because they're defending.
Well, I think Zero knew that he hit a few bullets into him, so Panda wasn't exactly not weak himself. But considering what we just saw in the kill cam, Zero must have been even weaker.
The thing is, he can play his life there. I want to disagree with the play from Trey there, unfortunately. I think he can play his life. Ghost Gaming, the ones that have to plan.
That is possible, but again, it's one of those things, like he probably thought maybe they'd go into a sprint to get him, and he was hoping to catch him in the sprint, but the guy just had him pre-aimed.
Well, Scraps is going to keep Ghost away from here, and he's going to find Parasite with a grenade while he's at it. 4 versus 3 now, and look at the first bloods in Red Reserve's favor, yet we still find ourselves here in round 11.
Well, they now have the advantage once again. Ghost Gaming don't have control of anywhere right now, and you've got to wonder if they're looking for a pick once again.
Red ain't moving. They have so much map presence here, they know that they're not in a position where they need to push forward. What, they've got Red inside of B, they've got people already looking at A. They don't need to move any further than they need to now, and Ghost Gaming are not going to get the catch here.
They've moved because Rate is probably uncomfortable with the position he was in. Rate had to kind of back off in that site and go into the bottom corner, simply because they knew they had nobody inside top middle. See, they changed the setup exactly for that reason.
Here come the smokes as well. This is going to be the engagement for Ghost Gaming. The thing is, the clock is really not on their side. They need to go now. Rated, is he going to find one? He's going to find 2. Red Reserve cruising potentially to a round win here. It's a 1v4 for Panda. He's all alone against 4 members of Red Reserve. It's going to be 6-5. Red Reserve take map number 2.
Well, there you go. They come out swinging. Rated, smokes all around him, still picks it up. He was the last member of Red in that bomb site as his teammates tried to stream in and help him. Didn't really need the help, as it turns out. He was good.
Yep, looked really, really good there from Raiden. He's smiling to himself as well. And these are the vibes that Red Reserve need. It's what we need to see. We didn't see it so much. I mean, of course, if you got 3-0 after United, you're never really going to be in a great mood, to be fair. But this is better from Red Reserve, better performances. Let it stretch maybe a little bit too far for me. They were in control of that game the majority of the time. A couple of rounds here and there that you feel they could have won. That 2v4, probably the most notable.
Yeah, it certainly was. And the good thing about it is they did come away with a win, or they've been quite tilted because when they were in control, they looked really good. But Ghost Gaming were just able to kind of claw back rounds just here and there. Even the 50-50 ones, they just seem to always get the advantage. But you know what? Red Away came away with a win. It will be 2-0, and we are going for a quick commercial break. We will be right back with map number 3. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the World Championship of Call of Duty. We are here live in the Nationwide Arena. Red Reserve, they are currently taking on Ghost Gaming. Current score 2-0 in favor of Red, but it has not been easy. It has been a battle. My name is Bryce. Joining me for this one is Christopher Tan.
Oh, thank you. You used my full Sunday name. You could have added my middle name there as well if you wanted, if you knew it.
Well, it's either that or the stuff I call you off broadcast, which I can't say. So
you can't really say that. It's a family show. So far, Red Reserve looking pretty good, but you're right. It hasn't been close cut here and there. A couple of these rounds, maybe that they should have won, made things a little bit easier, but they'd be happy either way. But now we go into the CTF, and they've really struggled with this game mode all weekend long.
Yeah, they have. They've only won 1 out of the last, I think it's 5 or 6 matches they've played now.
It's 5, yeah.
And that's not good. They lost every single CTF in groups. Fortunately, they did win the last one they played, but it's definitely not a good stat line for Red Reserve.
No, and CTF is not something that everyone really thought that they were bad at. They are typically a very well-rounded team. Hardpoint tends to be their strongest, but then after that, you would say CTF and S&D maybe their weakest, but realistically, you expect them to win most games they play. That's the thing with Red Reserve, but the CTF has been wanting so far this weekend. We go into London Docks, and this is a map that famously at the beginning of the year, Red Reserve were crazy good at, by the way, until they started bombing into Rise in Grand Finals. So let's see, can they bring back that essence of Red Reserve from the first 6 months of the year? But right now, going up against Ghost, who have it all to do here, reverse sweep, stay in the Call of Duty World Championships 2018.
Oh, here we go, the first connection is going down on here, and it will be Parasite who gets traded out after making a kill, but it's all advantage now to Ghost Gaming. They get the first wave of kills, and they're streaming up the map, waiting for this to come back in. You can see Lakesfield putting those nades down, trying to get the kills come back in. Lakesfield gets one, looks for the second down, doing scratch as well, and Lakesfield gets the flag out, but not good enough. He is going to go down. GodRx, though, fortunately there with his teammate Panda, and that flag's already home.
And GodRx has already got 3 kills as well. Let's go with him just to see how many points he's actually going to put up. I'm curious to see if he's going to actually have streaks. He's going to be not too far off 150, so that's killing a decent assist. Will do him, but here we've got Red Reserve. They're going to have to slay their way out here. Lacefield's going to find Joe down the left-hand side. GodRx finds another, and they really don't want to give him streaks. We know how influential they can be for Ghost Gaming here, but Zero going for the flagpole. Not going to work out. GodRx kills him, returns the flag, fully streaked out a minute into the game. Ghost Gaming have the lead, and they have the ability to cause a lot of pain to Red Reserve here.
Best part about GodRx there is he recognized that Red Reserve have been doing that on this map. They've been sending somebody on the OE, trying to pull it the long way. So he ran back, said, oh, thank you very much, takes it all here as well. They've done it again. Scraps to try to sneak one out. And again, this is a tactic that Red Reserve have been trying to use. Ghost Gaming look like they've done their research and know exactly how to counter it.
Oh, it's a good job Joe got the kill on the Parasite there, as Rated would have had a few of them running at him, but he takes him down and the flag will not go any further. Ghost Gaming, though, dominant so far in this CTF. Let's see what's working out for them in their communications with an Astro Gaming list.
2 in a race, I stun Scraps. There's two. I did some.
I'm gonna shoot us one.
Zero's
one shot top mid, bro.
They're weak. I'm gonna weak as fuck.
I'm gonna fire out.
Two guys
top mid. Flags in fire, one's in lights, dead. Flags in fire, I'll do fire.
Gate corner, no! Gate corner!
Gate, he's moving, I didn't hit him. He's going back to gate. That's my bad. All good, yo, all good. He's in fire still.
Take your time, make a pull. Come with it, he's grabbing. This is bad side, keep that in mind.
One side fire, I'm gonna take it right now.
He's gonna be long box. I'm going now.
One's gate, one's dead.
Nice, two down.
I'm going fire.
I'm looking crane.
I'm inside for barrier now.
Area.
I'm
could be in 10 or OE. Do we have OE?
Zero scraps.
I'm waiting for you to spawn. You spawn, he's in OE.
I'm inside barrier now. Missing zero scraps.
I'm gonna wrap back with you or what? I'm gonna wrap back with you or what? If you want to, yeah. I'm going to.
Alright, I'm looking at something at him. He can be gate on you. Yep.
That's the high sniper in our base. It's our base, not me. Hey, dead. Hit that out with the sub if you want. I'm going to.
Oh, gate, one gate. Gate naded me. He's gate, scraps.
In front of you? He's pushing. Joe, he's left side.
Corner. Hit twice. He challenged me again. There's two there. Chris.
Yeah, and we're gonna... You guys are from here. Hit me out. Two guys gate. They're from here. They're from fire.
Nice.
One more.
Oh,
nice, baby. Let's go, baby. That's 3
Fire. He's challenging fast. Coming. Fire the way.
Nice. Let's go, Chris.
Fucking shit, Chris. It's one up. Joe's up.
Let's go. I'm pushing up down the way.
Joe's up. Two up.
I'm pushing up fast.
Joe right
I'm
pushing up
one off streaks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and it seems like Parasite is going berserk. 6 streak from him, very, very close for streaks. He may have been trying to get one more, and there he goes. Glide bomb coming in from him as well. They're already releasing some of the streaks they have on the map. You did see while we were off that Red Reserve did get it back to a 1-1, but now the pressure's all on them. Panda gets one. He's looking for it. He tries to dip out, gets that dive out of here as well. The call comes in and Joe says, thank you very much. I was already down here waiting.
That was shades of 2015 Parasite there, in and around fire with the bar. Great stuff from him, but here we go, Red Reserve on the attack. Parasite is going to shut him down. Glide bomb in hand for him. I'm curious to see what GodRx actually has left. We've seen at least a glide bomb coming in there. So it'll be interesting to see if he's still got stuff available. Yeah, okay, so the artillery strike, save it. He wants to save it for this next side, so when they're pushing through fire, they can mark it down pretty much where Ghost Gaming are sitting now, and it makes it very, very difficult for Red Reserve to defend it on that side. So it would not surprise me if he tries to save it till then. He'll have to use it in an emergency, though, if Red Reserve do manage to pull out with this Parasite with the bar right now. He's having a lot of fun on this map, but Scraps gets a kill, but that flag's been pulled out actually by GodRx, so Red Reserve now need to try and chase that down. They've run it towards them. Lacefield and GodRx have a few members of Red Reserve coming up behind them, and they've got to get the kills. Rated finds 2, and that should be a flag.
Incoming glide bomb though. Parasite does have one if he wants to try and slow this one down. There we go. He's going to try and hit. He's going to try and hit 0. Give his teammate a little bit of room. It's all going to be on Panda. Does he have the legs to get there in time? No. He's not going to be able to, but he does pick up 1 kill. Looking for that second one. It's Scraps, but Scraps has the cover. The rest of the Ghost Gaming are now flooding in. This is their last hurrah for this half. Scraps definitely staying alive. He goes down to grenade. Ghost Gaming are on it. Joe tries to do it. Joe gets one. Does get traded out, and that flag is away. Incoming glide bomb straight through the roof. And he is going to get one of them, but there is still a player alive. Parasite in the middle, looking for it. He gets one. Oh no! He pulled it out of a grenade. He's going to get his streak, but it's not going to be enough, and that flag will be home. We are going 2-2 into the second half.
Oh, Ghost Gaming leave it late to draw it up, but they do it in the end. Raiden, very unfortunate, gets one, and he just wants to stick it on the flag from nobody dropping onto it. But there we go, Panda all over it. And by the way, while we were doing the listening, that was beautiful from Parasite in and around fire. But good stuff from Ghost, good stuff from Red Reserve, both playing good CTF yet. Backwards and forwards, still smiles all around. It's like, I tried. Yeah, it was all right. That's just tough.
They're not too worried about it, and neither should they be because they have streaks.
Yeah, Rated pretty much fully streaked out outside the glide bomb. They did call to try and slow it down. It was good effort. The glide bomb and artillery available to him. But we do still have some stuff available on the side of Ghost Gaming. I do believe GodRx still has that artillery. So it's something to think about as Joe just runs into the spawn 100 miles an hour. Going to find Parasite. He has to be careful not to get taken down by Panda. And here come the rest of the team. Panda on a streak down as well. He must have put that flag in the previous extra time there for Ghost Gaming. Going to find an artillery as well. Rated could do with getting this kill, but Lacefield picks it up. Panda gets the assist. And he's fully streaked out now as well. There's a lot of streaks on this map now. And Zero's running directly into Ghost Gaming.
Just was the challenge, I think. Joe's there, though. Joe is going to get this one now. 1 player left to beat. Players coming behind him as well. It's going to be very difficult for him. He is going to go down. That's a return. And Panda has full streaks as well, and he seems to be on a little bit of a tear. 4 kills so far. 4 minutes left, and 2-2.
He's managed to stay alive since he put that flag in at the end of the first half, and the streaks show that. And I feel like streaks are more dangerous in Ghost Gaming's pocket here. You know, when they're on that side, if they can get control of fire, Red Reserve are in trouble, because they can just throw those artilleries down. They've got 2 of them, and then we can see flags start just to rally and rally and rally. Red Reserve still have streaks of their own, though, to prevent that if that does happen. However, there's a lot of COD to be played until we get to those moments, potentially, but the gunfights momentarily are going in the favor of Red Reserve.
Right, you see, Red Reserve are just continuing to pile the pressure on over and over again. They are trying to get this flag out, and with that much pressure, I think it's time for an Astro Gaming listening.
One could spawn low. I spawn low.
Go quick, Trey.
One green stairs as well. Do that race.
They need ramp race,
Give me my sizes,
Ramp. Weak, I do grenade.
I'm stunned.
What's that weak? What's that weak, Trey? What's that weak on that base?
Shall I? Sizes, dead.
I got your size, bro.
Let's go, Wood. You have to bring away. Wood weak. Let's go, ramp. Weak ramp.
Pull it back, come with me,
He was ramp.
Can't see him.
He was there. I know, five stairs. Try fire, pile it back.
Yeah.
One shot parasite.
Where's that?
Hey, bro.
One down base, pulled it as well.
Do that.
He's slowing down, no?
I'm altering my base, shall I?
Yeah.
They know I'm low. Both ready, go. Dead, I killed the guy. Could be 10 on me. Apples in the corner.
One in B. Check this glide, he's coming straight from mid,
Got Rex, slow on you. You short him up, hide.
What's 23 in fire, Matt, million%.
That's your tail, Matt.
Fuck you. Come fire, the quick is low, he's gonna be going. Going. Quick on first,
Fuck off.
Hold
Right,
it,
flag speak 2 then. I got one.
yeah, look at flag, Matt.
Hold on, Matt, hold.
Just pray, Matt, just pray. Go, Joe, can you pull out?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull.
Can you pull away, Joe? Can you pull away?
No, I'm gonna pop.
Pull away, we're you.
They gotta spawn back, bro, listen. Yeah, they're spawning back.
Get. Dead.
Nice, I'm in fire. I'll get culture. I'm in fire. I'm chat low. Counter.
All right, chaos kicking off from the map. Ghost Gaming take the lead, but they have unleashed everything in their arsenal to try to make this an even bigger lead. Their last artillery so close, but just killing a teammate at the last second.
Yeah, rated that. Managing to use all his streaks as well as Joe gets a good gunfight win. No, well, he's just been stuck by a grenade, but at the same time, both teams have lost all their streaks. I'd say that actually. Panda's still got an artillery strike, so that's something for Ghost Gaming to use here. And they had the lead, and they're getting the kill. Scraps going down, and Ghost Gaming trying to push out rated, trying to prevent that, but there's still potential for Red Reserve here. They're only flagged behind, and not too much in the back pocket of Ghost Gaming to slow them down, but they need to get the kills mid-map. They need to make these moves forward. They've had plenty of barrel control, but they haven't been able to do a great deal with it.
They haven't. Then we go. Zero managed to get that one. Unfortunately, that flag is about to be away. Lacefield takes it. Can we get a counter cap going on? This is one of the last rolls of the dice. Red Reserve. We will be going to a map 4 unless they can pull off some magic. Kills going down. Scraps and Joe teaming up here. That flag is now going to be away. They're hunting that flag as well. It's going to be all the teams converging on a single point, looking to defend and capture these flags at the same time. GodRx is going to go down, and that flag is running. Lacefield is running for his life. There's an artillery coming down. Lacefield's actually bringing it back, and he is going to get taken down. It's milliseconds now. Can he dive it in? They're looking for it. Scraps is going to have the cover. Red Reserve are so close to the flag, but Panda's going to get it. Scraps gets it.
Oh my god! That is crazy.
What
Scraps
have we
gets
just
streaked down.
seen?
There's 10 seconds to go. Both teams going off in Red Reserve spawn. We're going to extra time.
I have never seen a capture the flag play out that way.
That was nutty.
Lacefield brought it all the way back to Cole and then found out all of his routes were taken off and had to run all the way back to where the flag was.
I mean, Red Reserve played that so well. When they got a hold of it, they just ran Cole because they knew Lacefield's wrapping there. He's not going to go through the middle of the map when they've got all the control. They know he's there. They meet him with everything they've got. The artillery goes down on the main street hard point, and it's got a bridge over the top of it, and a couple of Red Reserve players can just run through, and it's got to be advantage Red Reserve now. Scraps goes off when he needs to. Streaks on their side as we go into extra time.
Need to catch my breath as there's a second, but yep, Scraps will have advantage. He's also 1 kill away from a full set of streaks. And you can see that Red Reserve are pretty much playing around that now. It's a lot more patient game compared to the chaos of just a few seconds ago.
Yeah, and that's why we're seeing
Joe gets
Scraps
first.
with the bar.
Trying to get this one now. Joe's gone around the back. He might be looking for a quick ball here, but his teammates now need to actually make the kills. Joe's sitting there. He's had engagement in fire. It's Joe versus Parasite, but he has got reinforcements. Trying to get out there as well. And Zero gets one. Not able to get a second one, though, and he's now trapped in fire, waiting for somebody to come save him.
Oh, there you go. Scraps got full streaks now. He might call the artillery here. It actually wouldn't surprise me because they've got control of fire. If they can get some more members up, he might call this in. I would call it in. I really would. They've got a good opportunity here.
There we go.
Call something at least. Here comes the glide bot. Got our X and Parasite and Panda have to get the hell out of George, and there we go. The flag should be pulled down. Is he going to be able to shut down? Got our X is there. Raiden should trade that out. He does so. And here come the cavalry. Scraps is going to be there to pick this up, and this should be a flag for Red Reserve. I don't think Ghost have anything. Don't quote me. That should be going in.
That should be going in, and 2 streaks spare here. But this wouldn't be the first overtime Red Reserve have lost. That flag is now in. Advantage Red Reserve. 1 minute 20, I think, on the clock for Ghost Gaming. Red Reserve have lost this before, though.
They have indeed.
This tournament, they've already had an overtime that's gone against them. Let's have a quick look at the clock. It is 1 minute 21. They have 2 streaks. Ghost Gaming, it's all on them now. This is their tournament. 1 minute left to see whether or not they can do it. They already lost the first one, though. GodRx is heading through. Has he been seen? I think he has. I think Joe knows he's there. He's going to clean him up as well. Ghost Gaming, they're waiting. They're waiting for that 4 stack.
Red Reserve haven't got to sit back here. I want to see them try and gain some control in the map. If they can get control of barrels here, then they've got a good chance of closing this out still. 55 seconds left to go. I can't believe we've only been playing for 30 seconds. It seems like a lifetime. Scraps calling in the streak, just pushing them further back, forcing them indoors. Got RX pushing forward, not going to find Joe. Joe slips the net. Red Reserve in the driving. CTF 38 seconds to go here. Brycey, and it's all Red Reserve.
Well, 7.5 respawn now for those players. They've got to get there. They've got to get back. This is pretty much getting over when the artillery's going to be on their flag as well. Ghost Gaming, you have to go now. You have to do something. I'm not sure they've got enough time to do it.
20 seconds to go. Red Reserve are going to be advancing. Zero finds two. Rated finds another. They set up a band across the map, and they shut out Ghost Gaming. What a performance on this CCF, and what a performance in the series. It's looking good for Red Reserve. A lot better today than it was yesterday. Redemption time is on. Red Reserve's run through the losers bracket starts now.
And you've got to thank Scraps for so much of that as well. Panda gets 2. He gets 2 on the flag. We think he's got the return, and before he can dip his toe in the water, Scraps gets his own, gets that flag back. We go to overtime. He ends up getting full streaks.
Yeah.
GG, good night.
And that's the thing with Scraps getting those 2 kills and the return and the flag capture. The streaks and the points just flow into him, and then he's got